should take them back.
Is NATO going to actually step up? I know they committed to doing more in the Middle East, but what specifically is NATO going to contribute that's going to take some of the burden off the American taxpayers?
So when I came in, as you know, NATO was virtually a dead organization. It had no money. Nobody was paying except us. Practically nobody was paying. If you look at a chart of money and funds received, it looked like a roller coaster down. Now, and Secretary Stoltenberg, I think he's terrific. In my first year, I raised $130 billion from them, not from us. And now he just announced $530 billion, all because of me. He's my biggest salesman, my greatest salesman, Secretary Stoltenberg. But I said to him, look, you're there for Russia and Europe, okay? By the way, NATO's much more Europe than it is for us, and yet we pay.
What are we protecting them from now? All the money we're spending in NATO. Who are we protecting them from?
Well, they build an office building for $3 billion. They do lots of things that they shouldn't be doing before I got here, just the United States. And from our standpoint, let somebody else pay for it. Why are we always paying? We pay for everything. One thing, I moved our troops out of on the border between Turkey and Syria. That turned out to be such a successful move, Laura. Look what happened. Now they protect their own. They've been in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. We have the oil. Right now, the United States has the oil. So they say he left troops in Syria. No, I got rid of all of them, other than we're protecting the oil. We have the oil. Fun in the Middle East? I don't want people having nuclear weapons because they'll use them. I don't want people having nuclear weapons. That's my biggest thing.
The Iraqi Prime Minister has notified Mike Pompeo about potential plans, drawing up plans for a U.S. troop withdrawal from Iraq, period. You ran on pulling out of the Middle East. Why not use this opportunity to say, we're done?
I'm okay with it. By the way,
you're okay with removing our troops from Iraq?
That's what they say publicly. They don't say that privately. Because if we leave, that means they're not going to be able to handle it.
Why not leave?
I'm not so bad with it. You know, when I heard that, I said, you know, I have it down to 5,000 troops. We had many, many troops there in Iraq. And we're there only in a training. We train them. But if they'd want us to leave, but they speak different publicly than they do privately.
But aren't we sending more troops to the region as we speak?
We're sending more to Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is paying us for it. You know, we're doing something that nobody's ever done. I said to Saudi Arabia, we have a very good relationship with Saudi Arabia. I said, listen, you're a very rich country. You want more troops? I'm going to send them to you, but you've got to pay us. They're paying us. They've already deposited $1 billion in the bank. We are going to help them. But these rich countries have to pay for it. South Korea gave us $500 million. They never gave us any. They gave us $500 million. I said, you got to help us along. We have 32,000 soldiers in South Korea protecting you from North Korea. You've got to pay. And they gave us $500 million. I mean, you sort of have breaking news because nobody wants to report that stuff. I'm not sure anybody knows it. I might be sort of saying it. You have some, I mean, it's good stuff. But they're a wealthy country. They build all your television sets. They took that away from us. They build the ships. They build a lot of things. I said, look, we're protecting you. You got to pay. They paid us $500 million. They're going to pay us a lot more.
Do you think that Iraq should repay the American taxpayer for these bases, for what we've done there?
You heard that from me, okay?
I know, will we?
I said we built one of the world's most expensive airport facilities anywhere in the world. I mean, I wish we had it in New York. I wish we had it in Washington. We built runways that are 15,000 feet long. At LaGuardia, they're 7,000 feet long. In fact, I think they're 20,000 feet long over there, and deep, thick concrete and steel. Nobody ever built runways like this. Okay, you know, it was way overbuilt, but that's okay. But we have billions of dollars into that. I said, if we leave, you got to pay us. If we leave, you have to pay us for embassies. You have to pay us for the money we put in.
How are you going to collect?
Well, we have a lot of their money right now. We have a lot of their money. We have $35 billion of their money right now sitting in an account. And I think they'll agree to pay. I think they'll agree to pay. Otherwise, we'll stay there.